might be out of order, and I don't want to be that guy. Keep saying we and those and they and them. Have we had somebody come in to audit this stuff or launch an investigation? Because the commingling is illegal. Somebody going to jail for that. The when you're talking about governmental money, we should not be looking at the bank accounts trying to figure it out. We need to have a qualified professional come in and audit those things that could sit there in one day and do it if we had to pay the money to do it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ebony Jackson. I am the newly elected chair of the City of Killeen Housing Authority Commissioners Board. I thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. I would like to go around so that everyone, the commissioners, can introduce themselves. We have two new wonderful commissioners. If you could state your name and give us a little insight on what you will bring to the Housing Authority. Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Justin Hartsfield, newly elected board member, and I basically want to bring just some fresh new insight. The first thing I want to do is learn the state of everything, which is kind of the purpose of what we're here for today. So once I'm in tune and kind of ingrained with what's going on, definitely want to provide some fresh insight, hopefully, and hopefully come up with some positive solutions to kind of combat some of the issues that we're having.
Good afternoon. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabriel Montalvo, acting vice chairman of the Board of Commissioners for the Clean Housing Authority. Been a board member since October of last year, and I guess my main goal today is to make sure that everyone has a good idea of what's going on within the Clean Housing Authority and be of assistance as I can. As you guys know, we have been facing some obstacles, but hopeful that we can overcome them pretty soon. So I look forward to being at your disposition.
Mr. Whiteside.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bruce Whiteside, and I am a newly appointed commissioner, and one of my goals is to honestly find a solution to the obstacles that we're going through right now. As I dig into them, and as we dig into them and we find out what's going on, offer solutions instead of suggestions. Because suggestions only get you one place, but solutions get you every place. I don't believe that anybody should have the problems that I'm seeing on TV and stuff right now. I don't believe that anybody should get put out of their house at no fault of their own. I don't believe that any landlord should go unpaid. I don't believe in that stuff. So one of my goals here with the board is to assist the chairman in fixing these problems so that the public will get the housing that they're supposed to get versus or the service that they're supposed to get.
Thank you so much. I would also like to introduce our Resident Services Coordinator, Ms. Janice Taylor, and also our consultant, Ms. Cinda Hayward. Would you like to give some words?
I'm just here to help.
Thank you.
I'm here to continue with the job that I was hired for 22 years ago. I am committed to our residents have been and will continue to be during this challenging time.
Okay.
And I just want to state for the record, Cinda worked for the city of Killeen for over 24 years, specifically dealing with these type of programs. The previous board we elected to have her come on, and so she has been a great help so far.
So Ebony Jackson, Chair.
Gabriel Montalvo, Vice Chair present.
Bruce Whiteside, Commissioner.
Justin Hartsfield, Commissioner present.
Okay. Ms. Janice.
You are staff. Janice Taylor, staff present. Cinda Hayward, consultant.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. If we can move forward to approving the agenda, I would like to put out that we would like to amend the agenda so that for 4C, we can do that in closed session.
Wait, so you call the meeting to order first. We're going to call the meeting to order, and then we'll have approval.
Okay, so we're calling the meeting to order. Excuse me. I thought we did that already. And if you could review the agenda, please. And so we would like to amend 4C, and we would like to discuss that in closed session, please. And would you like to make a motion to approve the agenda?
Madam Chairman, I make a motion that we make a modification to the agenda for C, so we can give the new commissioners an accurate briefing of what's going on in closed session.
Okay, so Mr. Commissioner Montalvo made a motion. Would anyone like to second the motion?
I second the motion.
Okay, Commissioner Hartsfield seconded the motion. Thank you so much. So we will be moving on to
You
our,
gotta vote on it, right? You vote on the motion? You gotta
No.
vote on the motion.
Gotta vote on the motion.
oh my goodness.
It's
So
okay,
we
it's
can
okay.
vote on the motion. This is a little,
This is our first time.
It's been trying.
yeah, it's been tried.
Question to
So,
the motion.
Okay, so question to the motion.
any additional discussions about the motion?
Any additional discussions about the motion?
And, being there none. we'll
Okay,
vote.
so we should move on
In favor
in favor
of, and we have a vote.
You gotta vote on
of the
motion.
vote, excuse me, in favor of the vote.
So then you say all in favor, say
All
aye.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so moving forward, we'll be going to the agenda items 4A. We will be discussing to receive a briefing from the Commissioner's Chair. And again, I would like to thank everyone for coming. We do have our bylaws, and we would like for everyone to sign the contact information. However, we do know that we are recording, and so if you do not want to sign, that's fine. Okay.
This is the bylaws. What the officer's duties are.
Okay, would anyone want to give any input as far as agenda item 4A?
Just that, we've handed down the copy of the current bylaws from the Killeen Housing Authority. As you can see on the back of these are the ones that are stamped by the name.
Mhm.
These are from 2013. It probably would be something that the board would need to consider.
Thank you.
That the board would need to consider in reviewing those for any updates that may be necessary associated with the housing authority, staff and, any other, commissioners' duties and things of that nature. Okay? So that might be a future item if you wanna do that.
Okay, do we have any input from the commissioners as far as item agenda 4A with the bylaws?
Unfortunately, I can't give you any input because I just got the bylaws. I need to read over them and see if there's an issue with the bylaws in order to raise a red flag. Once I take a look at them and read over them, then I will bring something to somebody's attention.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Whiteside. Okay, so I would like to ask are we ready to move on to item 4B?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Mayor.
It's not open to public, but that item should be tabled if you're not gonna discuss it.
Okay.
Nothing is a discussion, it's just a briefing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no discussion.
And it is
No
a
action
briefing
item.
and a discovery, okay.
I do have a point of order though.
Okay, point of order, what is your point of order?
I understand that, I do understand that this is a totally separate type of board, but, protocol is anytime that you do have a board meeting like this and you are, privileged enough or blessed enough to have the mayor come in, that you do, announce the mayor and recognize the mayor. So I think that we need to recognize them.
And I did, and Mayor, We are wonderful and blessed. We are to have Mayor Debbie Nash here. I did thank her for coming, and
Okay, I
Mayor
missed that.
Nash,
I'm
if you definitely want to say something, you
But I'll be out of order because you have no comments
right?
for me to speak.
Yeah, no public.
So,
Yeah.
if you have, the only thing I was saying, if you have an item on the agenda and you're supposed to discuss it and you're not discussing it.
You floor it.
You gotta say, you gotta
Mhm.
come back to it.
Right. You table it. Right.
There's no
Okay.
discussion in the agenda
Well,
items.
thank you, Commissioner Whiteside. Okay.
It's a general briefing so we can get caught up to speed on everything and so everyone can hear.
Okay.
Thank you anyway.
No problem, no problem. So moving forward with item 4B, and we will be discussing matters, accomplishments, concerns since September the 26th. We basically have been moving forward as far as getting the office in line. We've had to do a lot of work as far as our filing system. With our last board, we did hire on Miss Cinda Hayward, who is our consultant. She's our operations day-to-day consultant. And then we also hired on a accounting consultant as well. We are in very much detailed conversation with HUD. We also are working very closely with our different staff, who is Miss Janice. She's been very helpful as well. And Miss Cinda, who is our consultant, could you give us a briefing on what you have been able to accomplish thus far?
Sure. Since October 3rd, September 26th was the last regular board meeting of the Clean Housing Authority, or the Housing Authority of the City of Killeen is the actual name as identified by HUD. We have no staff other than Ms. Janice, is Resident Services, the Executive Director, 3 case managers, an inspector, and 2 maintenance people left, all within 24 hours of each other. That was on September 25th and 26th, and then the board meeting was held on September 7th, I believe, so. The situation with what we've discovered is that past staff were using monies in different fashions to pay for different things, including rents and providing utility checks to tenants, payments to landlords. There is a complicated system associated with the banking account. There are 4 accounts. One account is for public housing, the other account is for local voucher money that comes in for tenant portions, as well as for the monies that are coming in from port-ins. A port-in is an individual family that is a voucher holder, or Section 8, as a lot of people understand it, but it is called the voucher program. They are a voucher holder, and they are coming to Killeen from another administrator of the vouchers, whether that's a housing authority or that is a voucher administrator like the Central Texas Council of Governments. So there's monies coming in for that, and then there is monies that go out for operations and payroll, and we have discovered that there has been some moving of those monies to different accounts to cover those different expenses. Now, we are going through the records at this time, which we have found are all over in the 5 offices here at the Housing Authority office. A lot of it is paper, which everything has, with HUD, been pushed to scanning and uploading into the PHA web system. That has not been done, so we do not have completely accurate records at this time of the number of individuals on vouchers that are being ported in, or the number that are on our local vouchers. Okay? So that is what we are working on. We are working closely with the real estate, agents, property managers, landlords associated with the vouchers that are being administered currently with the Housing Authority. We found that, some of them got paid odd months, some got paid in August and October, some got paid in July and September, but got nothing for August or October. So we do not know why that is, but going through at least probably the last 10 months of bank accounts to where we can get a reconciliation dollar amount with HUD and our bank accounts, and then match up those payments that went out to those landlords. We established, after October 3rd, we established a new email contact, and that comes to myself and Ebony, and that contact email is HA, the word Killeen, tx@gmail.com. You can also call the number that we are using currently, because there is voicemail information on the telephones here, but we are not sure exactly what that is, or if HUD will want to be listening to any of that information. That number you can call here now and leave a voicemail, if you please, or email is best, but voicemail would be 512-996-5057, and that's the information that was put out in the newspaper as well. We will probably start occupying the office, I say we, myself, and then we'll get some volunteers that will be able to come in, but we have to be very careful because we have a lot of private information, so it falls under the PII law. And so those individuals that volunteer, we will have to run through a screening of some sort, and we're being directed with HUD for that. So we will go from there. We are working with people to get their landlords paid. They are understanding landlords are providing us with copies of leases that we don't know if we even have. And so we're trying to rebuild those files and get those items scanned up and into the HUD system to get us into compliance with HUD. So that's one of the biggest issues. Also, we've got probably 19 different families that are due for recertification of their annual income that should have been put out to them 60 days prior to October 1, but we are finding that that was not done. So we are late on that, but we will be working with HUD on getting that, as well as with those recertifications and income, and get that uploaded. Additionally, we will have to do inspections of units. HUD made a change to a program called NSPIRE, the letter N, S-P-I-R-E, that is effective for all housing authorities or housing voucher administrators to inspect the housing units. It is completely advanced from the prior housing quality standards, or HQS, that HUD had for well over 20 years, which was just a very basic inspection. Is there a door? Is there a window? Do they open? Do they close? Do they lock? Kind of thing. So it did take into effect common areas if it was a apartment complex or something of that nature, but most of the people are in houses or duplexes, so there's not a lot of common area like that. But this is a much more involved inspection, and all of those inspectors must be certified, take the training of 5 courses, and take the test, and upload that information to HUD, and then HUD issues an approval for that. So that's where we are with the past. We do have, if anybody is looking, the Housing Authority has 3 vehicles sitting across the street. There is one vehicle that is behind the building. There are 3 pieces of property that the Housing Authority owns, as well as the complex at Moss Groves, off of Avenue E behind the post office. So we are working with them meaning HUD, on what the status is on all of these different properties and ownership of the vehicles. We do have titles on those. They are free and clear, so, and this building here as well. So, we're working with HUD on all of that information. They want to know what the assets are of the housing authority, in the event that there is, monies due back to HUD. There potentially could be that situation. We're not sure until we get through these bank accounts. I will tell you, when one bank account has 20 pages a month, it is going to take some time. So,
Could I ask a question? I might be out of order, and I don't want to be that guy. Keep saying we and those and they and them. Have we had somebody come in to audit this stuff or launch an investigation? Because the commingling is illegal. Somebody going to jail for that. When we're talking about governmental money, we should not be looking at the bank accounts trying to figure it out. We need to have a qualified professional come in and audit those things that could sit there in one day and do it if we had to pay the money to do it. Then the other thing is, where are we? I mean, I understand we got a consultant, but where are we at in hiring a new staff? Because, I mean, I would like to know why the old staff left, because it's just unusual for everybody to leave at once. There has to be an issue at hand that everybody left at once, and if they resign, where's the resignations at and stuff?
Mr. Montalvo can probably answer the question for you regarding the likelihood of why the staff left. Mr. Montalvo?
So I am just, let me start from here. First, to answer your first initial questions, this has been a concern to the board for a long time. And so we, after I reviewed the financials, we engaged the professional services of a bookkeeping firm, Billy Agueros and Associates. She is currently getting all our books in order as far as all the bank statements were turned into her. So the bank statements have been turned into the accountant. They're in the process of being reviewed right now. And what was your other question? There was a lot of questions in there.
Okay.
And
Hiring
we
of
have,
new staff.
yeah, so going back to what have we done, right? We've hired an accountant to review our books. We've hired
Okay,
Cinda,
an accountant or a bookkeeper?
I believe she's an
An
accountant.
accountant, yes,
An
she's
accountant.
an
An accountant. But
Okay.
she has to bring us all up to date, right? We've hired an operational consultant, and I just want to say this. As a realtor, when I got on this board, I thought, okay, housing authority, but it's nothing compared to property management. It is complex system, it is case management, and it's a lot to it. As far as a staff, we are striving. We did send you in your email a copy of, job descriptions. So we are actively working on it. So going back to the finances, we've hired an accountant to review our books. We are in close communication with HUD. We've hired an accounting professional, but this all just happened. So you can't fix it in one day.
Please don't insult my intelligence. I understand that. My question is, just like the staff, have we talked to the entire staff to quit and why they quit? Or see if any one of them, if any of them even didn't know they quit, they just was told they quit? I'm asking this question for a reason.
There is a resignation from Tamika Washington on her desk. So that was there. I saw that this morning when I came in. The executive director, Ms. Hunt, gave her resignation to Mr. Cullen Mills, who was the prior chair, and that was read to the board. And she is the one that announced that, or through him, Ms. Hunt told Mr. Mills that the other staff had quit. So I think a lot of that, Mr. Whiteside, is when Mr. Montalvo started looking into the finances, it became a big question. And when you see the accounts and see the expenses, you will understand as well. But at current, the reason the accountant is hired is because there are no hard copy records of finances, other than bank statements.
I wanted to add also, if I could, one of our staff members, Miss Rhonda Atoya, she was terminated from what we were able to see. There was a letter that our ED, Miss Demetria Hunt, wrote.
Oh.
So she was
You want to switch
terminated.
back? I'm sorry.
Okay, hope we answered some of your questions.
It answers some of them, but I would suggest that,
Yeah, I will too. Well, she's gonna give us a briefing in executive session.
Mr. Whiteside was speaking.
I'm sorry.
Definitely. I would suggest that, one, because this is a new board, even though some of you all have been on the board before, I would suggest that the whole situation is investigated by an external source. And the reason why I would suggest that is because right now we have a lot of things that don't supposed to go on with federal money.
Correct.
A whole lot of things. But you know the funny thing about federal money, whenever you mess with them, it's a federal accountant somewhere that can come down and audit that stuff. Instead of hiring somebody, we should let the government go ahead and audit that stuff. Because I guarantee you that somewhere at HUD or someplace, they got an accountant or an inspection team that can come down, do the audit, because we're reinventing the wheel right now. Do the audit and find out exactly what's going on. The problem we have right now is we're trying to fix some stuff that we don't have the capacity to fix. We need to involve the people that can fix them. I don't know if there's some if we're worried about how they're gonna fix them or
Okay, let's,
well,
thank you, but.
we'll do that at the close.
And I
at the
just
close
wanted
session.
to tell you, we are working, we have Mr. Wayne Pollard, he's with Tarrant County with Fort Worth. Mr. Wayne Pollard, who's with Tarrant County with Fort Worth, we were able to get the information for our analysis, our financial analysis. She is located in Kansas. So we are, and that is that's our actual financial representative. And so we will be having a meeting hopefully soon with our financial analysis. So we are working with that so that HUD can come in and review the federal funding.
Okay. So as part of the portion where you all are updating us as new commissioners.
Yes.
My questions are coming from that point because I can't assist in repairing anything that I don't know about.
Absolutely.
I go back to the new staff and the old staff. If the old staff left, I think that one of our biggest issues is we need to hire another executive director as soon as possible, but a qualified executive director. Someone that's familiar with the systems and everything, because we really can't fix too much until we have that person in place. Okay?
Yes.
So that's not a suggestion. That's me trying to find out what's going on and why we haven't posted a job. I know you sent me the thing for it, but we need to. That should be A1.
Well, one thing that I can say that we were striving to tackle, we were getting so many phone calls from the tenants and landlords, and we were striving to defuse that situation. The phone calls were going to the mayor's office. They were more than likely going to the SITCOG. Many people from the Central Texas Homeless Coalition, they were getting phone calls, as well as my office, because I do serve, we advocate for the low income, and so that was the main situation, and then HUD was getting phone calls as well. We are at the mercy of HUD and other our PHA in Fort Worth, and we are very thankful to have our new board members so that we can put our heads together. It happened so quickly, and so we could only do one step at a time. So,
And just to go back to you, Mr. Whiteside, no one wants transparency more than we did. And so I am all about being transparent. And I will state for the record, just by you guys getting a copy of the bylaws was more than what we received when we were on this board in the very beginning. And so my recommendation to, everyone and to all the new board members is, listen to what is going on so you can get a proper when we were on here, we didn't know a lot of things. And so we are striving to make sure that you guys are aware, because we need the help and we want the help. And this is not a combative situation. It's all about the people. At the end of the day, it's all about the people. And we don't get paid for being on this board. We are volunteers because we love and care for people. And so at the end of the day, I just want to reiterate, I believe in transparency. I believe that the board members need to be brought up to speed, and we will in time, but it's a lot. And we need help. So that's all I would just add to that. And I just want to say real quick, a big thank you to Cinda Hayward. Even in the last just 3 days, you don't understand the amount of calls, the federal, the department, the region that handles this program, all eyes is on the Killeen Housing Authority. And she has been doing an excellent job, and to Ms. Jackson as well. We're only here because, Ms. Jackson brought it all together. And so, I just want to reiterate this. Listen to what is going on, and then you make your decisions.
thank you so much. I really appreciate your input. Mr. Hartsfield, do you have any input or any?
I don't have any input.
Questions?
From what I understand, we're going to take 4C in the closed sessions,
Yes,
which
sir.
is what we voted on at the beginning. So I'd just be interested in Ms. Hayward finishing the brief. I think she had the most of the information that she was going to give us, and also brief the public. So once she's done with that, I'll take 4C in closed sections and ask the questions that I have.
Thank you very much. So we will move on to our agenda item 4C. That will be closed session for the Commissioners Board.